Hello everybody out there. I previously did a video on my Caltech P11 here. I promised that when I got in my Smith & Wesson M&P Shield that I would do a video on it. So, after ordering it July of 2012, I just received it in April of 2013. So I had to wait a little bit for it. So I apologize for the delay. I'm in California here, so it was a pain in the ass to get a hold of. But there she is. It's not a California version. I still haven't seen any California versions out here. I got tired of waiting and eventually got a hold of a non-California version. So as a size comparison, I threw out there a Smith & Wesson M&P 357 mag, little 2-inch snub nose. It's about the same size as 38, so it gives you a good size comparison. I know not many people have the 357. Not a great gun to shoot, by the way. It hurts like hell. So I don't recommend that for your smaller frame people. Obviously the M&P Shield right there, Glock 27, and the P11. So far, what I've noticed about the Shield is that it is about the same size. Let me close the slides here. It's about the same size as a Glock 27, dimensionally speaking. So, you lay one over the other. Dang it. Lay one over the other. Try to get the shadow out of there. They're about the same size. Where I like the M&P Shield is, let's see if I can get these laying this way, is its width. Much, much, much skinnier. This is going to make it a lot easier to conceal on your person. So if you're not going to use it as a concealed carry gun, I could see why you wouldn't want the M&P Shield, a Glock 27, or just the subcompact M&P might do the job for you. With this gun, I conceal carry it. Generally, it's not going to be with summer clothes on, just shorts and a t-shirt type thing, because it is a little bulky. This is the holster I use. I really like it. It's the Galco King Tuck. There's plenty of holsters out there this style. I really, really like these holsters. So if you don't have one yet, I would suggest trying one, because it will definitely make it so you can carry a larger gun than you normally would. So all those people out there that have just an inside the waistband holster and think that it's the same thing, it isn't. Highly recommend you try one. They're a little bit pricey, but I think they're worth it. So, magazine capacity. Obviously on the revolver we're talking 5 rounds. M&P Shield here. This is the flush fit mag. I decided to use the flush fit for the video. 7 in the mag, 1 in the chamber, total 8. The Glock 27 here, 9. This is a 40, obviously. The 9mm, I think, has 1 more round in it. This is a 9-round mag. I have the extended base plate on it for an extra round to make it 10 plus 1. Here in the P11, 10 plus 1. So, really, as I said in my P11 review or concealed carry talk, the P11 is great. I love the magazine capacity. You're not going to find 11 plus 1 rounds. I'm sorry, 11 rounds in a gun this size. It's just not going to happen. As you can see, let me put that forward. It actually is a little bit smaller in height than the M&P Shield is. Lengthwise, it's about the same with this little funky back part of the P11. I guess they need that for the movement of the trigger bar there. However, with the P11 you also get a double action trigger. you may as well be shooting that 38 up there, or the 357. It is, it's a long trigger, and the original one is polymer. I replaced this one with an aluminum trigger. It's pretty easy to do. You need a little bit of experience, but you get that long, heavy trigger pull before you get a round off, and then it's all the way back out before it resets right there. So that is a long trigger pull. And that's pretty much the only safety, is the long trigger pull. You can see the hammer moving back there. I guess it's effective. There's no accidentally shooting that gun, that's for sure. But for a any gunfight you're going to get in is going to be fast, and you're not even going to realize it's barely even started before it's over. So, for that reason, and that reason alone, I wanted to try to find something a little bit different than the P11. I love it. It's a great gun for concealed carry, and as you can see, I've beaten it up because it's a concealed carry gun. That's what's going to happen. So, every once in a while, I've been carrying around this Glock 27, but this came out. M&P Shield. And the only thing it's really lacking is magazine capacity, because it's got that really skinny... It's not a true single stack mag, if you notice. It tapers down a little bit at the top to get the rounds stacking up single file there, but a little bit wider down here, and they're kind of a little bit staggered. I wouldn't call it a double stack, but they're staggered. So you're losing out on a couple of rounds if you switch from the P11 or something similar to the M&P Shield. But with it, you get that two-piece single-action striker-fired trigger. And it is pretty crisp, a good break on it. I haven't done any work to it, but and the reset is really, really good on it. The other thing that the Shield has is a thumb safety here. I don't know if it'll let me. Yeah, it'll let me engage it with the gun not cocked. It is what it is. I'm not a big fan of safeties. Thumb safeties, at least. It doesn't let you pull the trigger back at all with the safety engaged. With the safety off, you can pull it back. Some people do not feel comfortable carrying a concealed carry gun without a thumb safety, and that's why that is there on this gun. And I'll explain myself for those people out there that think I'm crazy for thinking that thumb safeties aren't the best thing ever. So, if you're to get in that gunfight, and like I said, they happen so quickly you won't even realize that it started before it's over, you're going to draw your gun, and the first thing that you're going to have to do is take off the thumb safety. I don't know about you, but in a stressful situation, that is the last thing that I'm going to be thinking about. It's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. And I try to be as realistic as possible when I concoct any scenario in my head that that I think could be thrown at me. So, that is why I will never carry a gun that doesn't have the trigger covered by the holster. There's plenty of holsters out there that have that stupid little hole in the trigger area so that you can stick your finger in there and fire it with the gun in the holster. That is the most unsafe thing that I could probably imagine. Don't like them at all. We'll never carry them. We'll never advocate for anybody to carry them. It may look cool and you might be James Bond, but it just doesn't work like that in real life. Very high possibility that something's going to get jammed in there and you're going to get a round in the thigh or in the ass when you really didn't need to. So, again, that's why I like this holster. Covered up the trigger guard area, even a pocket holster here. This is what I usually carry my P11 in. Got the trigger guard area covered. Trigger's not going to accidentally get pulled. And because of that, I feel comfortable carrying a round in the pipe and with the safety off. Because I know if that trigger's not going to get pulled, the gun's not going to go off. Call me crazy, that's just how I operate. I want to be able to pull the gun out and rock and roll without any delays. So, I think that's about all I'm going to cover on this video. Like I did my P11 video, I did it well after the P11 came out, and I know I'm behind the power curve already because the Shield has been out for quite some time everywhere else in the United States besides California. So, I've got some catching up to do. I'm going to carry it around. I will be getting a King Tuck holster for it, but that's going to be a little bit. There she is. Kind of pretty, though. A lot better quality than the P11, that is for sure. And the only thing you're really losing with the Shield, other than magazine capacity of the M&P Compact, is the interchangeable back straps. Not a deal breaker for me. It's a very, very thin grip. As you can see, it's even thinner than the width of the slide up here, so they thinned it down even more for the grip. Very comfortable to hold. I wouldn't say it's as comfortable as the full size. I do have a full size M&P. I absolutely love that gun. That's why I wanted to try this. But that's it. And of course, the stupid caution capable of firing with magazine removed warning. I've never really owned a product that had to warn me that it was going to work when I wanted it to. So, whatever. I think I might try to... It's laser engraved in there, so I might try to rub some black paint in there and wipe it off. At least dull it down a little bit. It kind of jumps out there at me every time I look at it and bugs the shit out of me. So, anyhow, I will be carrying it, and in due time, I guess, I will be doing a video on my concealed carry thoughts about the M&P Shield. So far, my impressions are good, though. Nice, solid sights. It's not, I mean, you got standard dovetail mounts in there. You can take these sights off, put night sights on. I haven't done that. I may or may not. I don't know. The Keltec doesn't exactly have the best sight system. They're literally plastic, so it is what it is. At least with the Shield, you have the option of putting new sights on there. With the P11, you do not. You are stuck with the sights that are on there. But anyhow, everybody stay safe out there and make sure you're always carrying.